Saseni? Mko poa? Hi. How are you doing? Karibu sana. What's the objective of you being here today? Ni kitu gani you want to leave this place with? What exactly?
First of all, I'm a student.
Jina lako? Okay. Maybe you can stand and let us know your name, your student, doing which course, and your expectation today.
Okay, I'm Isaac Joab. Isaac.
Isaac?
Yes.
Okay. Which course?
I'm a second year student pursuing Bachelor of Science in Food Science and
Okay.
Technology. And I've anticipated for this scientific and technological and industrialization conference because priorly I was participating in the JKUAT Expo, but it got postponed. So actually, something like this is provides an opportunity to network and be aware of conversations about industrialization and how we can, come in as young people to contribute. So this event today, I'm anticipating to, get information about industrialization and new systems and how we as young people can contribute.
Thank you. Thank you. Karibu sana.
Good morning. Sorry for the interruption. The person responsible for the booth that is showcasing recyclable materials, kindly go there. You're required at the exhibition. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, okay, you want to say something? Okay, make an announcement. Okay. Thank you. Now, for gender balance, I think we have some beautiful ladies here. And they can tell us what they expect for the day. Unaweza tuambia the expectation, the objective, mataka kutoka huko na nini exactly? Yeah, you first tell us your name, where you come from, and the expectation.
Okay, I'm Mary, an intern, and my expectation is maybe to network and also to learn about how we can integrate AI and our day-to-day lives in cooperation with ICT and stuff.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Now, your friend, you want to say something? Tuambia kitu. Okay. Now, from back here, kuna watu nasemanga wanaitangwa backbenchers ndani ya S class. So, Daktari, good morning. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, now we have 20th scientific. Okay, inafanya.
It's working.
It's working.
Okay.
Iko na token. Yeah, so what's your expectation for today and the objective of you being here?
I'm excited to be here. At the end of today's conference and tomorrow, we need now to change even our mindset, especially the youth. Changing the mindset is a way of, preparing yourself to meet the challenges of unemployment. So at the end of this 2 days conference, once we leave this place, our mindsets must be seen to be changing. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm learning a lot from you guys. And from this end here, I don't know who we can talk to this end. Good morning. How you doing? Sasa niaje? Uko fiti? You look so serious. Changamka msee, ni nini? Okay, your name?
I'm Gabriel Kamodo.
Simama kwanza ndio tukusikie si wote. Your name is? Gabriel Kamodo.
Yes.
Yeah, which course?
BSc.
Karibia hapo.
BSc Corporate Communication and Management.
Okay. Your expectation for today?
Well, to learn more.
Okay. Yeah. And objective. You feel ni kitu gani ungetaka kusoma leo and you run with it?
Maybe it's what exhibition is about.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks a lot for coming. Karibu sana. Hii side inakaa ni ya students. Ni kama mliamua tu mkae peke yenu. Hi. This lady here. Hi. How you doing?
I'm good, thank
Uko fiti?
Yeah.
Yeah, simama tu. Okay, which course are you?
I'm doing corporate communication and management.
Okay. You are first time here in this particular meeting or you've been to others?
It's my first time.
Your first time?
Yeah.
Your expectation for today?
I'm expecting to learn more and gain more knowledge about industrialization.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe what do you think you want to run with today?
Let me say generally, I want to learn everything. Just
Okay.
everything, yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot. And maybe we can get it from the organizers, from one of the organizers today. They can let us know what they have prepared for us. Sijui kama naweza ongea na chair mmoja hapa anaitwa Dr. Meshak Mawe. How are you doing, sir? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, na tumejileta leo. Yeah, so we're expecting a lot from this day. So like for example, what have you prepared for us this particular day? Ni kitu gani mumetuandalia? You are ready to serve us today.
So thank you very much. I think there's a lot in store for each and every one of us. There are many presentations across several research fields, and it's an opportunity for us to exchange ideas, also to learn from the researches that are going on. Also, the researchers will gain through getting feedback from the audiences regarding inputs on how they can improve their research fields and research outcomes. Apart from that, it's an opportunity for us to network. There are many different partners and industry partners that have organized this conference in collaboration with the university. This is an opportunity to strengthen and to enhance our partnerships with other different institutions of higher learning, with the state departments and industry partners in the private sector as well. So it's a great opportunity for each and every one of us.
Okay, and maybe you can clarify whether does it happen in JKUAT only, or maybe even in other universities, or even maybe outside the country?
Here, I think conferences like this happen across the globe. This one is very special in terms of the level of partnership that we have with our government learning institutions. We have several participants of learning. We have innovative student, postgraduate students, researchers, and renowned academics across different fields. And it's a very remarkable milestone for us, celebrating 20 years of existence of this conference. So it's a great milestone for the university.
Wow, that's so superb. And maybe we have some lineup. You have lined up some guests who may be coming to this event today. Who could be some of them? Maybe the area they are specializing in.
We have several guests, especially for the morning sessions. We will have several guests from different organizations. We have our partner organizations like KCB. We have ISTBQ. We have SECAT. And we have several partners. So we will also have a chance to listen from them. We have a panel that will take place and will be an opportunity to hear more from these partner organizations.
Thank you. And maybe from we have it's a two-day event, today and tomorrow. So what today's event and maybe tomorrow's, do they align, or maybe we have a different session for today and another one for tomorrow? Do they have?
Tomorrow is basically a continuation of what starts today. So today we will have the opening ceremony. We shall have the panel discussion. We shall have then continued with the presentations into the afternoon session. And then tomorrow morning, we will proceed with the presentations until the closing ceremony in the evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's a good analysis of what we expect today and tomorrow. And as we continue waiting for our guests to arrive, we take this opportunity just to keep on understanding. Hi, Sasa.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good to see you. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how are you expecting this day to be like, or your expectation for today, that is?
Okay, I'm expecting to learn.
Oh, no, hujatuambia jina yako.
My name is Mercy.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Doing which course?
Corporate Communication and
All right.
Management.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Your expectation for today?
I'm expecting to learn more from the experts.
Mhm.
Yes, and from the visitors that you've been prepared for.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And what do you think you can run with from today's event, or maybe even tomorrow?
Sorry.
Something that you can take home.
or something
You're expecting some to take something home, like for which one example?
innovation.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thanks a lot. Karibuni sana. We keep on getting some more information from us. And from this side, I can see we have I just want to get it from this gentleman here. Good morning. How are you doing, sir? Yeah, kuna ka microphone hapa.
Okay, thank you.
Your name, sir?
I'm Dr. David Mogo.
Okay.
Currently from University of Embu.
Okay.
And basically, I'm here to make a presentation.
Thank you.
And I think I'll also use the opportunity to network with other scholars,
Wow.
especially in this area of artificial intelligence. I've also seen quite interesting stuff out here. So I'll also be visiting those stands
Okay.
so that I can learn more about innovations that happen in this space. Thank
Wow.
you.
Wow. That's so superb. And maybe in your institution, do you have some kind of this kind of events, or maybe this one is one of the kind that maybe you want to take some information in your school that you can implement there?
We've not been having annual conferences, so it is something that definitely I will take the propose at the University of Embu.
Okay.
What we've been having is Techno Innovation Week, which is also a good platform that brings innovators together in the area of technology. But I think having a scientific conference that brings scholars, presenters from various disciplines, that's something that should be I should be able to replicate at the University of Embu. Thank you.
Wow, that's incredible. And karibu sana to JKUAT. Yeah, we're so glad to have you today. And good morning, madam. How are you doing? Umejishika na ni kama kabaridi kana kunyemelea. Yeah, your name, please.
My name is Damaris.
Yes.
From Jamii Product.
Okay.
I'm here for exhibition.
All right.
We deal with manufacturing. We have different products. We are located just outside.
Okay.
But our company is located in Wetevye,
Wetevye.
Thika Road.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and your expectation for today?
My expectation for today, I want to see many people inquiring about our service and embracing the technical skills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Karibu sana to JKUAT. Yeah, we are so glad to have you today. And in the building, I have one of my greatest friends, I think, from the capital city of Kenya. And I think I can just hand over this mic to her. Sorry for interruption. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good to see you today here.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, welcome to the 20th scientific event in JKUAT today. Your expectation for today?
My expectation today is to learn.
Maybe you can start by saying your name, and then we can take it from there.
Okay. My name is Dr. Joyce Nzula. I serve in the Department of Business Administration in the School of Business and Entrepreneurship.
Thank you. Your expectation, karibu to JKUAT main campus.
Thank you. My expectation today is to learn as I sit among colleagues, to network and to exchange ideas on research and also how to transform livelihoods through today's proceedings. And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. And could this be your first, because this one is 20th? Were you here during the 19th?
Yes, I have been here severally.
The experience that you took from 19th, have you been implementing, or maybe ulienda tu kasema tu it is what it is?
I think it's a work in progress. Every year we improve. We are a university of excellence, and therefore excellence is the work that we take. And as a leader, among others, I think we keep on improving, and I'm really impressed by what has been done, the preparations and everything. The setup is wonderful.
Thank you.
Looking forward to a great day.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good to see you, and welcome once again.
Thank you.
Karibu sana. And before I go back to the stage, niaje mzito. Uko bie. Shikila mic vizuri. And then you can stand and then tell us your name, what course you are doing, or maybe whatever you're doing out there.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Ronnie. I'm taking actuarial science first year here at JKUAT. So my main aim of coming here is to understand the technological and industrialization part, so that we can know where we stand as a country, Kenya, in things to do with the current technologies and the steps that we need to make in order to get where some other big companies, looking at NVIDIA, other companies, and to learn more, interact, to connect with people.
Thank you. Karibu sana. Yeah, we are so glad that we are doing okay. It's only that because my mics could just go outside there, I could have gotten some feedback from them. But I think, yeah, I just want to pick something here and that I got from a student, I think on Tuesday. Yeah, there's something I just want to pick here because now as we go about the day, and because I can see we have some students in the house today. Now, I got something, and I know it has been trending. This one I just wanted, yeah, I have it now with me here. Yeah, because we have the students in the house, and some of them are doing engineering courses because today we have the 20th scientific, technological and industrialization. Kuna mtu alikuwa ametuma text, I think as a student najua wameiona it's trending, and not because it came from a student from JKUAT. I think hii nitawasomea ndio mjue, maybe you have students who are looking, nimesikia kuna student moja who is on internship, and this one came from a student who was looking for attachments, and he is from JKUAT. Now, hii najua mmeiona ikitrend. Kuna mtu alikuwa ameandikia, I think a manager ama maybe a CEO in a company, alimwandikia akamwambia, yo rada, that is a student looking for an attachment. Naitwa Maxi, nilikuwa na dai atacho. So that is a student who is looking for attachment. Niko JKUAT for the civil engineering. Nilipewa namba yako na mse alikuwa kwa kampuni yako last year, anaitwa Gerard. So that is a student looking for attachment in a company. Anauliza mkubwa hiyo kampuni, namwambia rada, naitwa Maxi, nilikuwa nadai atacho. So maybe you have the students here, and maybe by the end of the day, maybe you learn on how to approach CEOs and managers when you're looking for attachments. Usiende kuwauliza rada. I think we are a university of global excellence. So tusiende kujiangusha huko, because we have students here. Just one thing, understand that you're going home with something today, and that something is going to take you far, even as you try to look for attachments out there. Now, we are still waiting for our guests who will be arriving any minute from now, and I believe that you are going to pick it from there. Meanwhile, you can just feel welcomed to JKUAT. The in-house rules, we have some kind of washrooms just down here. So in case of anything, you can just feel comfortable and feel welcomed. Meanwhile, welcome our guests. Karibuni sana. As I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Bindio for he can continue with the rest of the program. Karibu sana. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Let us all be standing for a word of prayer. Dr. Josephine.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Let's bow down for a word of prayer. Our Father and our God, this morning we are before you saying thank you that, Lord, you have brought this day to pass. Lord, we have been planning for this conference for many months. but it's you who has brought it to pass. So we say thank you. We are grateful, Lord, for bringing us together, bringing our guests, and gathering us together this morning so that we may learn, so that we may teach each other, so that we may share our findings, oh God, so that we may interact in different ways. We thank you, Lord, for our administration. Thank you, Lord, for our council, our VC, and everyone, Lord, that you enable to come. We thank you, Lord, that you have taken care of us, all of us, oh God. And we pray, Jehovah God, as we learn together, our exhibitors and every participant, dear Lord, we pray for your grace. We pray for your mercies, oh God. Through the conference for these 2 days, we dedicate ourselves to you, Lord, that you may guide us, dear Lord. Everything that we are going to discuss, Lord, let it bring glory to your name. We thank you so much and we welcome you. As we start together with us, Lord, until the end, and we will be careful to give you thanks, oh God. We thank you this morning and we honor you. We welcome you again, and this is our prayer through Christ Jesus. Amen.
So before we relax, I would still ask you to remain standing for the national anthem. So on behalf of the organizing committee, the 20th JKUAT Annual Scientific Conference, I wish to welcome you all. My name is Patrick Mbindio. I'm the registrar in the Research Production and Extension Division. So as we start, please, I would like to ask I feel as if I'm talking to myself. Huh? If people can you take the next seat ahead, please, kindly. Kindly just move to the next seat ahead of you. I'm seeing a lot of crowding in the back. You can still sit ahead. Thank you. So good morning, everyone. Protocol, please keep your phones on silent. Keep your phones on silent. Number 2, our washrooms are on outside to the right. And with that, I wish to welcome you all to the 20th Annual JKUAT Scientific Conference. Our guests, karibuni sana. And on this note, I'd like to welcome the chair of the conference organizing committee to start off matters. Thank you.
Our chief guest, PS TVET, represented by Mr. Acha Arena, Director TVET, our Council Chair, Dr. James Onsando, the VC, DVCs present, distinguished guests, university management, industry partners, researchers, and the next generation of innovators. Good morning. Kindly greet your neighbor and say, welcome to the 20th edition. Thank you. It is a profound honor to welcome you all to the JKUAT grounds, both here in person and to those joining us virtually from across the globe. Today, it is not just the start of another conference, it is a historical landmark. We are gathered to celebrate 20 years of the JKUAT Scientific, Technological, and Industrialization Conference. For 2 decades, this forum has been the heartbeat of our institution's intellectual pursuit. And this year we anchor our discussions on the theme, transforming livelihoods through training, research, innovation, and entrepreneurship for sustainable development. This theme is directly aligned with the Kenya Vision 2030, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and the UN Sustainable Development Goals. We are the architects of the sustainable development mentioned in our theme. 20 years ago, a seed was planted here at JKUAT, and I can see the founder of the conference, Professor Wanjohi, you can wave, and the former DVC, Professor Njeru. It was founded on the idea that a university should not be an ivory tower, but a powerhouse of industrialization. Today, that seed has grown into a 2-decade legacy. We are not here merely to exchange academic theories. This conference serves as Kenya's premier platform that translates raw research into practical, life-changing solutions that benefit communities, industries, and national development. And this has been achieved through cross-disciplinary approach integrating agriculture, engineering, ICT, health, climate-smart technologies, and applied sciences. As we look back at the last 20 years, the numbers tell a story of relentless growth. We have showcased thousands of research papers, meticulously peer-reviewed. Our impact has not just been measured in pages, it's been measured in connection. We have also fostered international partnerships that bridge the gap between JKUAT and the global scientific community. And today we shall be launching our collaboration with ISTQB. We have moved beyond research for research's sake to create a pipeline for commercialization and startup incubation. The innovations born here have increased agricultural productivity, strengthened industrial reliance, and added tangible value to our national economy. JKUAT has firmly established herself not just as a center of teaching, but a leader in entrepreneurship and community impact. The success of this conference is a collective victory. I want to specifically thank our university management, our industry partners, international collaborators, researchers, exhibitors, and the conference organizing committee, which has really worked so hard to make this vision a reality. I would like to request the team that did the heavy lifting, the conference organizing, the 20th conference organizing committee. You can stand, we acknowledge you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. In closing, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you all productive deliberations and insightful discussions. Let us remember that an idea, no matter how small, is the seed of a revolution. Let us turn those ideas into the tangible solutions our nation and our world so deeply need. In the spirit of documenting our progress, we have curated a visual synthesis of our journey,
beyond the peer-reviewed papers and technical datasets. This presentation captures the 20-year evolution of our research ecosystem and the tangible innovations that have shaped our institutional history. Thank you very much.
Distinguished guests, esteemed partners, academics, researchers, industry leaders, I'm Professor Victoria Wambui Ngumi, the Vice Chancellor of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. I'm extremely delighted and honored to welcome all participants to the 20th JKUAT Scientific, Technological and Industrialization Conference. This year's conference is a special one, as it also marks 2 decades of research excellence, innovation, and transformative impact.
I am Dr. Rebecca Ann Maina. I'm privileged to be the conference chair for the JKUAT Scientific, Technological and Industrialization Conference 2026, where we delve into leveraging research and innovation and technology for sustainable industrialization and economic transformation. This year's theme reflects what we have been able to do for the last 20 years as an institution as we mark our milestones in research and innovation. I am very privileged to be part of the team that is putting together this commemorative 20 years JKUAT Scientific Conference. We have been in existence from the year 2006, and it has been an amazing journey to just go down the memory lane to look at the exhibitions that were done 20 years ago and how they have evolved to the kind of innovations that we have, including products that are now patented in the market. So it's going to be a very exciting time, and I am very privileged that I have been here to witness this as the conference chair 2026.
Scientific conference was supposed to help people to think on how they can come together and transform the African nations in terms of use of scientific knowledge, skills, and competencies in order to transform Africa. And the idea was that once we brought the scientists, the engineers, and even social scientists together, then it was possible to try to move things forward, especially where innovation was involved. We had realized that many people had come up with new ideas, but all these ideas were not moving to the market. Therefore, those ideas were not commercialized, and it was very disappointing. And the question is, what was making them fail to commercialize? The idea is that for any innovation to commercialize, it must be translated into a product for people, which people would want to buy to go and use for consumption or to use as a tool for making other things. And this is where the people in Africa must start being concerned. That they have natural resources which can be used to multiply these innovations and make them actual material goods which can be presented in the market and therefore enable African societies and communities to be wealthy like other people of the world.
I'm Jeremiah Bogwa, current Director of Extension Services and Community Outreach in the University in the RP Division. I've watched with lot of satisfaction, the growth of the conference in terms of numbers, in terms of the papers presented there, in terms of the quality of organization, the participation, and I think it has grown. Other than the short interval during Corona when we also switched to both, physical as well as online, conference, it was growing very well. Other than that, little interruption. We started with just largely, the major thematic area was agriculture. It looked so agricultural. Today, I'm happy to say we've seen even ICT participate fully. We have seen innovations and papers from health. So we are growing in terms of scope. And in terms of the innovations that are generated, some of them, especially the latest on climate mitigation, we are already applying them across the country. And the case is the present day, what we are doing in Turkana County, trying to assist the community to adopt climate mitigation, strategies, new crops that are drought resistance, water saving and harvesting and utilization technologies, effective agriculture, even adding value to agricultural produce. So yes, we have gone a long way.
This year conference is unique. It's our 20th JKUAT Scientific, Technological and Industrialization Conference. For that reason, we've identified 7 unique thematic areas. We have agricultural sciences and technologies, we have basic and applied sciences, we have engineering and built environment, we have ICT and related fields, we have human and veterinary medicine, we also have water, environment, and energy and climate change as a theme, and finally we have business, policy, governance, and entrepreneurship.
Even something more fundamental is that now we are able to involve external exhibitors, those who offer products and services in this sector, and so we team up together. So it's no longer a JKUAT affair. We are able to reach out to external actors, and they are ready, they are willing, and they have participated now in the exhibition. I can say drought-resistant crops, for example, dragon fruit. We already have a very good case in Turkana County and even across here, even Makueni. And that is then African indigenous vegetables. They were not popular. Today, they are the livelihood of many people, including Kiambu County here. Yeah, we are moving systematically to new innovations and value addition, especially of non-traditional crops like aloe vera, etc. Those have really grown and are being adopted by communities and changing livelihoods. We welcome the scientific community globally. We welcome the people who want to learn about innovations in JKUAT, let them come. We welcome exhibitors. So what do we expect? Showcasing the latest ICT in agriculture, sharing information, exchanging, and identifying opportunities for investment and partnerships with the JKUAT and other actors.
What we do as JKUAT, even before they showcase, especially the innovations, we ensure that those innovations are protected. Intellectual property. In the university, we have a directorate known as Directorate of Intellectual Property Management and the University Industry, LIASO. So over the years, so many publications have been done, so many innovations have come out through, have been showcased. But most importantly is the collaborations. This is an international conference. It's not a conference localized to just JKUAT researchers. It attracts researchers from across the globe. Welcome to Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology 20th Scientific, Technological and Industrialization Conference.
To the community, and you shall hear more as we continue. With this, I'd like to ask the DVC RPs to take over and also invite the VC, and the program continues.
Ask the DVC RPs.
The chief guest, Principal Secretary, State Department of Technical and Vocational Education and Training, represented by Acha Arina, who is the Director TVET. Our Chairman of Council, Dr. James Onsando, our Vice Chancellor, represented by Professor Robert Kinyua, fellow Deputy Vice Chancellors, Principals, Deans and Directors, JKUAT members of staff and students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is an honor to welcome you to the 20th Scientific, Technological, and Industrialization Conference and Exhibition, a landmark occasion celebrating 2 decades of research, innovation, and meaningful societal impact. From its inception, this conference is more than an academic gathering. It has been a catalyst for transformation, ensuring that the university produces research that moves beyond publications into production, commercialization, industry adoption, and community benefits. Through these events, our mission is to convert knowledge into tangible solutions that improve livelihoods, strengthen industries, and drive national development. Over the years, the conference has grown significantly in scale, influence, innovation, and research output. Recent editions have attracted over 1,000 participants from academia, government, industry, and international partners, with presentations spanning 7 major thematic areas, including agriculture, engineering, ICT, health, climate change, and applied sciences. Each year, the conference showcases more than 100 peer-reviewed research papers, with over 30% published in the university's Journal of Agriculture, Science and Technology, JUST, special editions, along dozens of abstracts, and over 10 innovation exhibitions, drawing participants from up to 30 countries. Beyond these statistics, this conference has consistently served as a launchpad for practical solutions and applied innovations. Research and projects that have been showcased address challenges in agriculture, food processing, engineering, and digital technologies, supporting improved productivity, value addition, and community resilience. And members, you can see the exhibitions out there are based on all the areas I've mentioned. Many of these initiatives have progressed towards commercialization, startup incubation, industry partnerships, and wider community adoption, demonstrating the tangible impact of translating research into practice. Our journey has not been without challenges. One of the most defining moments in the history of this conference came during COVID-19 pandemic, when global disruptions forced us to pivot to a fully virtual format for 2 years. While this tested our operational resilience, it also expanded our reach, increased international participation, strengthened digital collaboration, and demonstrated our capacity to innovate even in times of crisis. That period reinforced a powerful lesson that research must never stop, even when the world pauses. As we look into the future, we envision this conference evolving into a continental hub for applied research, commercialization, and industry-driven innovation. Future editions will place greater emphasis on technology transfer, startup incubation, patent development, industry co-creation, and policy impact. We have plans to expand innovation exhibitions into full-scale innovation marketplaces, strengthen venture and investor engagement, and build deeper partnerships with manufacturers, agribusinesses, tech firms, and government agencies to accelerate the journey from an idea to product and finally to market. We also aim to scale community extension, ensuring that innovations emerging from JKUAT reach farmers, SMEs, cooperatives, and underserved communities, translating science into jobs, income, productivity, and sustainable livelihoods. To our industry partners and development stakeholders, we invite you to work with us as co-creators of innovation, investors in research, and champions of commercialization. To our researchers and innovators, we encourage you to pursue impact-driven discovery research that solves problems, builds enterprises, and transforms society. And to our students and young scientists, you are the future of innovation. Use this conference as a platform to create, collaborate, experiment, and lead. As we celebrate 2 decades of scientific progress, let us commit to shaping the next years as an era of breakthrough innovation, global relevance, industry integration, and community transformation. I wish all the participants a productive, forward-looking, and impactful conference. Thank you. I wish to welcome the acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Robert Kinyua, to make some remarks, and afterwards invite the Chairman of Council, who will in turn after making his remarks, invite the chief guest.
Our chief guest, the PS for State Department for TVET, represented by Mr. Arina, who is the director for TVET, State Department for TVET, our chair of council, our sponsors, you can see KCB, very well represented here, ISTQB, Professor Salome is here, principals of colleges, the organizing committee, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Today is one of our very great days in our university calendar, where we come together to have a conference and discuss our achievements in research and innovations. As a university, we value this very much. In fact, this is a tradition we've had for many years. I don't think I will remember when Professor Wanjohi talked of doing things, innovations. I think that is the first time we were hearing of such terms as innovations. And we've grown. We have done a lot of innovations. And now we are privileged also to have a council, and especially our chair of council, who now tells us that we cannot just talk of innovations and keeping them in the laboratories. We must move out there and commercialize these innovations. And ladies and gentlemen, as we were moving around, I heard our chief guest ask one of the innovators, the people who are exhibiting outside, why a product has been on exhibition for so long, it has not been commercialized. It's a very good product, but it has been just on the showing ground. Every showing ground, I mean, every time we have an international show, an exhibition, the product is there. So the chief guest was asking, what is the problem? The innovator said there is no problem. So I think the first thing, if we are to move out of that, we must know where the problem is. There must be a problem. We must agree there is a problem. So where is the problem? Is it the university which is not supporting? And how can the university support? Is it the regulatory framework? I think there's something we can do about our laws in Kenya. Is there something we can do? So let's have an honest opinion, I mean, not very honest discussion on where the problem is. Do we require somebody to sanction us? Do we want sanctions? You know, there are countries which have done very well after being sanctioned internationally. You are told you can't buy this, so you have to make it yourself. Or do we need sanctions as a university? You won't get capitation until you do this. Is that what we want? Because there must be something. Universities are drivers of national development. If we don't do that, then we'll be failing. And I mean, it's not just in terms of the innovations we do here, even in terms of advising the government, advising institutions we work for. If we have a lot of fear, we can't even identify a problem. Or maybe we know the problem, but we don't want to see it. We are fearing. I'm sure if that is the way we are going to do things, we won't help anyone. We must be open and frank in our discussions. And so our chief guest, as a university, we want to move beyond innovations. I want to assure you, with the help of our council and the push, maybe some sanctions from the council, people will be able to bring out items in the supermarket shelves. There's a lot, Professor Thiongo, there's a lot chemistry can take to the shelves. And we have seen a lot there. Yeah, so Our chief guest, I understand our Vice Chancellor is online. I'm just representing her today, but she has a message. I think we can have her on so that we hear the message.
Principal Secretary for the State Department for Technical and Vocational Education and Training, TVET, Dr. Esther Mwaria, distinguished guests, partners and sponsors, esteemed researchers, innovators, industry leaders, faculty, students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with immense joy and a deep sense of historical significance that I welcome you all to the 20th edition of the JKUAT Scientific, Technological and Industrialization Conference. For 2 decades, since 2006, this platform has grown from a modest gathering into a premier international forum that bridges academia, industry, and policy. Today, as we mark this milestone, we gather under the powerful theme, Transforming Livelihoods through Training, Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship for Sustainable Development. This theme captures JKUAT's unwavering commitment to producing graduates who do not just seek employment, but create it. Researchers who do not just publish papers, but solve real societal problems. And innovators who turn ideas into industries that uplift communities. In a world grappling with climate change, food insecurity, youth unemployment, and rapid technological disruption, JKUAT strives to be the beacon of hope for Kenya and Africa. Over the past 20 years, our conferences have showcased thousands of research papers, inspired policy reforms, and facilitated groundbreaking collaborations. We have trained over 100,000 graduates who are now transforming agriculture through precision farming technologies, engineering resilient infrastructure, advancing medical sciences, and pioneering clean energy solutions. Our alumni and faculty have developed drought-resistant crop varieties, affordable medical devices, and digital platforms that have improved livelihoods across rural and urban Kenya. These achievements remind us that when training meets research and innovation meets entrepreneurship, sustainable development is no longer a dream, but a lived reality. Each track of the conference's sub-themes addresses pressing national and global challenges aligned with Kenya's Vision 2030, the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. You will also witness significant shifts in this 20th edition, including the cross-disciplinary integration of ICT. These discussions will showcase how JKUAT-led innovations are actively supporting Kenya's digital master plan. You will also witness significant shifts in this 20th edition, including the cross-disciplinary integration of ICT. These discussions will showcase how JKUAT-led innovations are actively supporting Kenya's digital master plan. Furthermore, collaborations under initiatives like the Africa Eye Japan project have strengthened multidisciplinary research in agriculture, engineering, health, and ICT, yielding computer models for improved post-harvest storage, such as near-infrared reflecting charcoal coolers for mangoes and paving the way for sustainable technology transfer. JKUAT's leadership in intellectual property is equally noteworthy. The university holds 89 IP assets, including 18 patents, and a dedicated intellectual property management policy to protect and manage innovations. These patents span agricultural biotechnologies, renewable energy or applications, and other fields. Ladies and gentlemen, entrepreneurship is the final multiplier. Through our commercialization arms and startup programs, we nurture young minds to commercialize ideas, create employment, and build resilient value chains in agribusiness, green technology, and digital services. Exhibitions at this conference will once again demonstrate tangible products ready for industrial uptake. I invite you all participants to engage deeply with us by sharing knowledge, forging partnerships, and committing to actionable outcomes. To our industry partners and policymakers present here, let us translate today's discussions into tomorrow's investments. Esteemed participants, sustainable development demands substantial funding in research and innovation. I urge the government and private sector to increase support for science, technology, and engineering as the engine for Kenya's industrialization. Here at JKUAT, we believe that science must serve humanity. Our collective vision here at JKUAT is of university that not only generates knowledge, but drives inclusive prosperity. Distinguished guests, as we deliberate over the next 2 days, let us remember that every breakthrough presented here has the potential to transform a farmer's harvest, improve a child's health, or empower a young entrepreneur. Let this 20th conference be the launchpad for new collaborations that will shape the next decade of Africa's development. I extend sincere appreciation to our outstanding researchers whose perseverance and ingenuity sustain JKUAT's leadership in science, technology, and innovation. Your contributions form the foundation of our achievements. Similarly, I pass my sincere gratitude to our partners and sponsors, the organizing team, all abstract submitters, and every participant, both physical and virtual. Your presence affirms our collective resolve. May our deliberations be fruitful, our innovations impactful, and our partnerships enduring. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, our Vice Chancellor, for those inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, we now want to welcome our Chair of Council. We welcome him with a mass clap, mass, M-A-S-S, mass clap. It means we just clap so many times as he comes until he settles. Welcome our Chair of Council.
Thank you. Thank you all for that hearty clap. I feel welcome for sure. The chief guest in the State Department of Technical and Vocational Education Training, which is TFED, represented ably by Director Arina, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Victoria Ngumi, represented ably by Professor Robert Kinyua. Deputy Vice Chancellor is present. Keynote presenters today, principals of colleges and campuses, distinguished scholars and researchers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is indeed a great honor for me for this opportunity to address you today during the 20th JKUAT Scientific, Technological, Industrialization Conference and Exhibition. This annual event reflects the university's enduring commitment to research, excellency, innovation, and societal transformation. From the perspective of the University Council, this conference is not merely an academic tradition. It is a strategic platform for commercialization, industry engagement, and economic impact. The University Council recognizes that it is a critical engine for ensuring research outputs translated into market-ready products, scalable technologies, policy solutions, and sustainable enterprises. But by the way, everybody's wondering why we have products until another show, you see the same. Until another exhibition, you see the same. My first assignment here, my first week, I did what I called a situational analysis of the entire university spectrum of research, innovation, technology, in engineering, in agriculture, in ITC, etc., etc. And I was trying to understand, why is Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology a big name in the country? And why is everybody positive about this university? And I don't see a lot of activity at the market. And I tried to answer that question by introducing a commercialization innovation funnel, a funnel that you are very, very familiar with. And what this funnel does, it accepts ideas, as many ideas as you can bring in, then subjects those ideas to certain commercial alignment. In other words, did the innovator start from the market? Do you understand where you want this product to go? Do you understand the market terrain? Do you understand the size of the market? Do you understand who else is in this market? And you therefore understand that what I'm bringing in gives a benefit that other players in the market don't give. When you answer those questions, then you tailor your innovation into meeting that requirement at the marketplace. In other words, while private sector starts from the market and work backwards, public institutions start from the laboratory and the globe in the dark. They don't know the market, and they hope to hit a market. You can't hit a market unless you know it. You can't. So it's not guesswork. Yeah? It's not guesswork. I'm answering actually Professor Kenya's question. It's not guesswork. You work towards a market you know. Then the other question is, can this product make money? If it makes money, what's the profitability level? And to answer that question, you must subject your analysis to different scenarios. If we can get into this market, what size of the market can we take? If it's 10%, what volume is this? If this is the volume and this is the price, volume times price gives you money. How much has it taken me to produce this? The difference is profit. Ladies and gentlemen, is that rocket science? Is that rocket science? It's not rocket science. In fact, leaders, and I'm not going to really focus on my speech, because we must answer this question. Leaders of industry are not as brilliant as the brains here. My mother sold peanuts, beans, dry beans, and maize as a business. That partly funded my fees. And she always told me, James, I have so many gorogoros of maize, which I bought at this price. And I sold each gorogoro at this much money. Calculate for me the profit and count this money and see whether it agrees. My mother was illiterate and she died illiterate. Are you getting that example? So it's not rocket stuff. Jogo Kimakia was an old man in Thika that had a lot of respect for as a young person. Because as a young person, I was working at the Horticultural Research Station, Thika. And Jogo Kimakia had buses. And they were doing very well. And he was illiterate. But then he said, I cannot put all my eggs in one basket. I must diversify. So he got into real estate. And I followed that old man very keenly. And around Blue Post, as you climb to Katanga, he built some apartments. What was he doing? Increasing the product portfolio in his business. Which MBA did Jogo Kimakia have? Isn't that what big companies do? Increasing the products portfolio and minimizing the risk. If one product is having a problem, the other product makes you money. That's Jogo Kimakia, e-commerce 101. An illiterate person. This university has brilliant minds. So let's go to the basics. I have 6 months to go. And I don't seem to have really come up with something yet. The other question that you ask yourself, if this is the product and this is the market, do I have the capacity to produce this product? Because once you get into the market, you cannot tell the market, wait, I don't have enough product today. They will go to another person. They will go to another company. They will go to another supplier. So you hit the market and sustainably supply your product. So do you have capacity to produce the product? Is the product so attractive that Kenya Commercial Bank can lend you money? Is it a bankable product that Kenya Commercial Bank can give you money? If it is a bankable product, Kenya Commercial Bank will give you money. You produce that, you build the prototype, you start producing the product. If you don't want to go to that route, send that product to industrial park and see whether they can manage. Send it to JKUAT and see whether JKUAT can manage. If all of us can't manage, can we interest a multinational to take this product, all this technology, so that we co-invest and come up with a benefit sharing arrangement? Because we are not able, we have the brains, we have the brilliance, we have the product that nobody has. Unilever is dying to make money. They will co-invest with the university. We will agree on the benefit sharing. Because we are poor and we are brain heavy and we are brain swarthy, we take a multinational that is not as smart as we are, and they process our product and market our product at a cost, benefit sharing, and we make money. Members of the jury, is that rocket science? Is that rocket science? If you believe in me momentarily, this university will go places. Why? Because I come from private sector. I understand what I'm talking about. I am not guessing. I don't guess. All you need to do is be my disciples kindly, at least for now. We think alike. We start this exercise and we turn things to the market, to the benefit of this university and to the benefit of Mother Kenya and the Kenyan government and the Kenyan people, and for the benefit of the university. Because that is the only way Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology can be a Harvard. Why? Because the money we make, we will build first-class infrastructure. We will hire first-class dons. We will pay first-class salaries because we are making money. And we will transform Jomo Kenyatta into a Harvard University in Africa. I had to speak from my heart and not read this speech because I wanted to answer Professor Kinyua and all in attendance today that we have what it takes to make money, and serious money. And all we need to do is read from the same script, from the same page, soldier on together. And we change Kenya, and we engage in this university, and we give benefits to you. Because the inventors will get a small component of that benefit. The university will get a component. Exchequer will get a component. And Kenya will grow. We need, after 20 years, to be talking about success stories. Not samples, because samples are not products. Samples will remain samples until kingdom come. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a successful and forward-looking conference in the name of Jesus. Let me now take this opportunity to invite our chief guest, Bwana Rina, to make his remarks. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I don't want to start representing my peers, before I borrow from the chairman. You know, he has captured it. When I look at this room, I started scanning from that end. I came here. I see faces that I relate to. I see faces I've related with for a number of years. And I'm not new to JKUAT. So, Chairman, when I was asking about some of the products, I saw them a number of years back. I was in the council of JKUAT 2015, 2018. And you can see Professor Kenywa shaking, nodding his head. And I can tell you for free that Professor Wajoy here, my senior and my mentor, confirmed some of those. And when I saw Professor Kwanza, I told him, you have walked this journey. I was telling him in the morning, you have walked this journey. Before I saw what you have walked, we've walked with him. The second thing I wanted to say before I read the speech is, what is in a name? We all introduce ourselves. My name is Acharina, Director, TVET, Minister of Education. What's in a name? 20th JKUAT Scientific, Technological, and Industrialization Conference and Exhibition. All those words have something. This is the 20th. Professor Kenywa, what did the first do? What did the second do? The third, the fourth, the fifth, until you reach the 20th? What is so scientific about this conference? You know? Is science art? Is science theology? What is so scientific about this conference? What is so technological about it? Chairman, when we were working with you, there is a stand we went to where we were being taught about tissue potatoes. I saw science. Chairman, I saw science. I heard you telling them to grow tubers, but I saw science. And I felt excited that that is science. I was interested in what does that science do different from, you know, what your mama used to do in growing beans and maize, which my mama also did, you know. And it provoked me one time, long time ago. Chairman, we are different age sets, but we seem to have same. I think most Africans have the same background. When I was in college, in my village, people hardly knew about hybrid seeds. So when I went back and told my parents that I think we should try this seed, I just carried a packet of seeds, you know, from Megatown University. It was like, we don't plant those things here. We plant our seeds from the kitchen, hanged on top of the fireplace. But I'm lucky I had a mama who loved agriculture, and she told me, okay, try it. And I was given a section of the farm that even if it failed, it didn't matter. Try your science from your university. But then, they were doing theirs. It was just a demo, you know. They were doing theirs their way. I was doing mine the way I've been taught by professors. And from the start, they could see, how comes my maize is looking more green than theirs? It's growing much faster than theirs. And you know what? They told me, don't attempt to put fertilizer in our soils. You'll spoil the soils. I didn't use fertilizer. The only thing I used was manure, which was coming from our cows. We had a few cows, traditional cows, which we still keep. And the manure still grows. And I was just using that knowledge I had to just improve on that. And at the end of the day, those who are very traditional thought there was magic, that we had probably visited a magician to produce more maize from my section. But those who had gone to school understood a little bit what science can do. Scientific, technological. Then I'll take you to industrialization. What is in industrialization about all that you've shown us? And I think that is the challenge we've been told today. If you just spend time in the lab, do these things, they are not, the innovations are not commercialized, they are not industrialized. Then what contribution are you doing towards industrialization of this country? And industrialization is one of the key agendas of this country. The government of Kenya is aiming to become we want to become an industrialized. So if you are not industrializing, are you as a university contributing to that? And then we talked about we are exhibiting. What are we exhibiting? Are you moving forward in your exhibitions? What are the current technologies that we should be exhibiting as a country? Where is the world going? What research are we doing in the direction that the world is going? So it just pricked me. What is in a name? May those words have meaning to you in the next 2 days and going forward. Chairman, those who are mine, and they are not the person I'm representing. I want to come to the representation that I'm having here. My name is Acha Arina, Director TVET. Chairman, when I came here in 2015, 2018, I was in university education. But in 2018, I moved to TVET when the TVET space needed support. So I joined TVET, and I want to say that the chief guest that was invited here, Dr. Esther Moria, whom I related with when she was here. So she told me, Achaz, she calls me Achaz. Achaz, there's no one who is going to represent me in JKUAT because I'm going out of the country. You are the one who is going, and you are going to your home. So go there and represent me. So I wish to convey the greetings from Dr. Esther Moria, the PS TVET. She's currently out of the country on official assignment, so she was not able to be with us in this function. She sent me here to represent her in this conference. So you will allow me to read her speech. Chairman of the University Council, Dr. Onsando, JKUAT, Vice Chancellor, Professor Victoria Ngumi, who is represented by Professor Kinyua, the Deputy Vice Chancellors. I also want to recognize, I know we have former Vice Chancellors in this university, Professor Wanjoy, who is here with us, esteemed researchers from JKUAT and partner universities across the world. I am not sure if they are listening to us. I am not sure if they are following us. And we are talking about technology. I would have expected to see the international audience listening to us through technology. It can be done. Those industry champions, the private sector entrepreneurs who are here with us, I'm happy I've seen KCB. KCB, thanks so much for supporting us in education. The innovators, students, and distinguished participants. Good morning. It is a distinct honor for me to join you at Jomo Kenyatta University for Agriculture and Technology for the 20th Scientific, Technological, and Industrialization Conference and Exhibition. This milestone affirms JKUAT's sustained leadership in advancing research, innovation, and enterprise for sustainable development. The theme of this conference resonates very well with our national agenda. Over the last 2 decades, this conference has evolved from an academic convening into a strategic platform that meaningfully connects academia, industry, and policy. Its endurance reflects a clear institutional ethos that prioritizes relevance, collaboration, and impact. The theme, transforming livelihoods through training, research, innovations, and entrepreneurships for sustainable development, is not only timely, but aligned with the national development trajectory. This is where the country is going. And you've got it right. You've got it right at the right time, and you are in the right space. Looking at the agenda of this conference, I'm proud that JKUAT has kept her eye on the ball. The conference aims to address issues touching on both national and international concerns. Ladies and gentlemen, such conference can no longer be business as usual. Chairman, I think that's what you've said and what the PS is saying. When I heard you, I was feeling the PS. It cannot be business as usual. Chairman, you fell short of saying we can't show the good yogurt of JKUAT every year. What is next? What is next? The mushrooms. What is next? And it just reminds me, you are, and I want to give you an example. Chairman has given you milk. Milk. If you are doing yogurt and you are a university of research in yogurt, why is your yogurt not as popular as your plantain banana? And even on the plantain banana, the tissue culture banana, what is your next thing with it? Professor Kenya, you asked. Most times, researchers, once they hit the market a little bit, they feel they've arrived. But I wanted to ask, use the multi-sectoral, progress approach of development. Once you've done this, what is next? The Japanese do it. The Chinese do it. Once you make a train that can move at 350 kilometers per hour, what is the next? The next is, can I make a train that can move faster than this 350? And that's why the Japanese have beaten us. And that's why us, we are still mesmerized when they give us a train that moves at 120 kilometers per hour, and we think we have arrived. But then they are always thinking about what is next. And this university has the Japanese culture of Kaizen, continuous improvement on anything that you do. They never feel they have arrived. So I wanted to ask you, can you look at that? What is next in what that we do? Ladies and gentlemen, such conferences can no longer be business as usual. To maintain relevance and pride in the university of choice, JKUAT, every child wants to come here. We must deliberately engage in research that is in line with our national agenda. You may like it, you may not like it, you are academia. But the current agenda is the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. How do you fit in that? As a university, you must not relent in your efforts in agricultural transformation. What is in a name? What is JKUAT? What are you known for? Or were you pushed into business and you forgot your name? Agricultural transformation, digital superhighway. Chairman, this university is leading in the region in ICT. In ICT. Allow me to critique. I am in academia and I like to critique. Is this the latest trend in ICT in the world? Can you brag that you are in the latest space in ICT? If you are the leading university in ICT, where are you compared to the world? You should be the trailblazers in that space that you are leading. Anyone in this country should look at JKUAT and say that that is the space we want to go to. You may not be there, but you should be the one people look up to. And it starts from very simple things. And I'm sure Professor Kenywa, the chairman, I'm sure you've traveled. I don't want to critique further. So digital superhighway, digital space, producing technologies that contribute to better life and lower the cost of living. If you don't make the lives of Kenyans better, who will take you seriously? As a country, we must strengthen the linkage between training institutions and industry to ensure skills development is demand-driven. Chairman, you said it. You know, that's what I was saying. Most times, the universities will serve the market what they want, what the university wants. But you are serving a market that knows what it wants with what you think they want. Have you ever considered the market in your training, in your research? We must align our systems to demand-driven future. We require integrated approach where training institutions and industry collaborate closely to support applied research, technology transfer, and skill development. You can do this by doing a survey, a labor market survey, to just realize that this person I'm training in ICT, this person I'm training in communication, will they fit in the industry? If you are training in communication and you are not coordinating with citizen, with the nation, with the media houses, where will your trainee fit? So we must work together with industry to be able to give industry what they want. How do we do it? We start from, as we are mostly in curricula, you start with developing the curriculum with them, with industry. Design the curriculum, review your curricula periodically so that you are able to have learning experience that relates to industry. We must therefore continue to align our training systems with the competency-based education and training framework. Remember, I'm representing the PS TVET. In TVET, the issue is TVET. The issue is CBET. The universities you are going to get the boom of students, the way you got sometimes back what was called the double intake. You are going to get the students who are CBET. Prof, how prepared are you to receive them? How prepared is your curricula to train them? How prepared are your trainers to train them on CBET? Because that is the direction we are going. So we must therefore continue to align our training systems with the competence-based education and training framework, CBET, to ensure that the graduates are not only knowledgeable, but are job-ready, innovative, and responsive to the evolving labor market needs. Industrialization remains a top priority of the government. We must move from being consumers of technology to producers of innovations. This requires stronger focus on research, commercialization, so that ideas developed in our institutions can translate to practical solutions, enterprises, and jobs. I wouldn't want to say more about that, but JKUAT, when you look at your trainees, when they graduate, conduct a tracer study. How many of them have gotten into direct jobs? Normally, for us, we do it 6 months after graduation. How many of them have become entrepreneurs on their own? Because we don't not only train for jobs, we train people. If you've trained me well in agriculture, what stops me from going to become an agriculturalist? What stops me from going to grow the mushrooms and I commercialize my production of mushrooms? What stops me from going to KCB, tell KCB, I have got 5 acres of land in Sultan Hamud, I want to just do bananas. I know where to get the good bananas. I know where to get the money. And I know where the market is. You'll have taught me that whole value chain of how to convert my skills into enterprise. In addition, ladies and gentlemen, we are living at a time defined by rapid technological advances world over. In the world, there are emerging technologies. JKUAT is a frontier and must keep their eye and deliberately embark on emerging technologies. Emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence, robotics, which you are very good at, green technologies, and the big data are transforming industries and redefining the future of work. Where are you in that space? Unajua huko ndio watu wanaenda. Sasa wewe uko wapi? Are you in the space where you are telling me to go and grow my mushrooms in the small kitchen? Where are we in the emerging technologies? JKUAT must prepare the youth to thrive in this evolving environment by equipping them with digital skills, critical thinking abilities, and adaptability. I urge all to engage constructively in these issues with a view to propel this country and the region forward. As a government, we remain committed to supporting research, innovation, and skills development. We will continue to strengthen policies and institutions that promote industrial growth and create opportunities for our youth. However, the government alone, ladies and gentlemen, cannot do it. We cannot achieve this alone. We need strong collaboration between academia, industry, and development partners. I was up at KCB. You have come in. KCB is not only supporting us with money. KCB is also supporting us with ensuring, for example, right now we are looking at green energy in our training institutions. They started with basic education. They've come to TVET, and I believe they'll provide us with that. And you know, it's a very simple thing. I was telling people, what are you talking about? If JKUAT, Professor Kenywa, is spending 3 million on electricity bill, 6 million on electricity bill, through our partnership with the bank, we are just asking them that, look at this institution, assess it professionally, scientifically, tell us what can be powered by solar energy. We are not telling you not to power what solar can power. There are some machinery that can't be powered by solar. But look at lighting can easily be powered by solar. I'm sure you know that. Then you are spending 6 million on energy, whereas if we installed solar to do for you the lighting and the light energy requiring aspects of your institution, you would spend less. So let us do the investment. We put for you the solar. Your electricity bill will come down, but you'll still be having the power source. If it is the same, you'll be having the equipment installed, and you'll have been trained in that area. So those kind of things are the things we are looking at. Private sector, we are looking at industry to come and train. You see, now industry should be coming here to train you on solar. Who doesn't want solar? I want solar at personal level. Why? Electricity generation from KPLC is no longer sustainable. How many blackouts do you have in a day? We are not saying that KPLC should collapse, but we are saying we must have alternatives. So, ladies and gentlemen, from the TVET perspective, it is imperative and clear. Skills must translate into productivity, innovation, and must translate into enterprise, and training must be relevant to livelihood. Through competence-based education and training, we are systematically, I want to say this on behalf of my peers, systematically, we found, Chairman, you said it again, we found TVET space a bit haphazard, but through systematic leadership, and clear vision on what we want, we are pushing it. So we are saying that our vision is skilling such that by the time a trainee comes out of our institution at the final stage, they are not just simulating work, they are delivering it. They are able to carry out real projects. I want to challenge you here. You're a University of Engineering. You are training people in building technology, but you are recruiting a contractor to build for you a fence. You are training in building technology. You have PhD students in building technology, masters, undergraduate students, trained and passed. And the graduation day, chairman reads it, passed. But you recruited a contractor to build for you a fence, to pave for you the pathways. And I want to give you a typical TVET institution. Go to Kenya Institute of Highways and Building Technology. It's called KIBIT. It is based in Ngong and Nairobi, and they have another campus in Kisii. They are currently putting up another campus in Busia and another one in Laikipia. What do? The instructor in roads, after training the students to a point that he feels that, okay, we want to go for practicals, he takes a road in Ngong and he works with the students, the trainees, to put up that road. When the students leave that place, they already have jobs. They are known. Machinery is training a driver of a machine, you know, the graders, the loaders, and the rest. Once he has finished with them, he goes with them to industry where they are building. They are the ones who participated in the building of our expressway. Training institution. Whereas JKUAT is training in same civil engineering, the student goes on attachment for a month or 3 months. The assessor will go to look at him 2-3 times, relies mostly on what he has been told there, and the student has passed. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our mission will only be accomplished on that day that we shall have TVET trainees engaged in production for industry through real orders placed with the colleges. Companies will be making the payments and training will be financing itself. That is our mission. We have a lot of equipment in the institutions and people have told us as much. What are we doing with this equipment? Our mission is, we would want a situation where, at the end of the day, that equipment is used by those institutions to train and to produce. Commercialize whatever you are doing. If you are in textile, why should Kenya uniforms on Kijab, is it Kijab, which street is that? The Ashara Street, be the place where all the parents clog in January, in May, in September, to buy uniforms across the country? Why can't the person you trained and you have the equipment, he is wherever he is, work with you, make use of the equipment at JKUAT, produce those uniforms, same standard as Kenya uniforms? Just as an example. Why can't your trainee be the one that lives here, goes out, sees the opportunity that he left at JKUAT and comes back to you and tell you, look here, that machine you have idle there, we can make money with it. You just have a sharing arrangement, and you will not be crying that, you know, PS, when Kenya is crying to the PS, you know, we have not been sent capitation, now the university is stuck, we cannot pay salaries. You'll be able to make quite a lot of your money through research, through innovation, and through production. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairman, to industrialize, to the industrialists in this conference, I urge you all to work with academia and government. Normally, there's a triangular arrangement where industry, academia, and industry, academia, and government, because we are public, they work together to be able to deliver in training and shape the outcomes of what we have. Our TVET reforms under CBET are aimed at deepening industry participation, advancing dual training, and we are also integrating production into training. We would want to build a responsive and a sustainably globally competitive skills pool. Our model is based on you cannot spend time forever in training. You must spend time with industry to be able to learn the industry and be able to produce the people you want. Our approach is deliberate. We are strengthening industry linkages, scaling up apprentices, and we are fostering innovation within TVET. The TVET and the universities are looking forward to working together with a view to leverage on each other's strength. Our convergence is essential in closing the gap between knowledge generation and practical application, ensuring that research does not remain theoretical, but becomes a tool of economic value creation. It is critical for us to be able to carry out research with commercialization in mind to enable the country progress into industrialization. I think I started with that. We can no longer remain in the laboratory forever. Ladies and gentlemen, no. In as much as you are the best researcher, coming up with very good, you can't remain in the laboratory forever. Whatever you have produced from the laboratory, think about what is next for it. And it is very fulfilling. Surely, how does it feel when you've done very well in the laboratory, but after that, that is the end of that? You are just celebrated in conferences, which means you are simply celebrated amongst your academic circle. But then, does the common person feel you? Does the common person feel the innovation that you came up with? That can only be done when we leave the laboratory. The finding must find their way into the market-ready products. The conference must not only generate ideas, but accelerate their transition into viable enterprises and community solutions. You've done that, but you can still do more. JKUAT demonstrated capacity to translate research into solutions. You have done that before. From the climate smart technologies, digital transformation, industrial automation. You know, Chairman, I was privileged in the 2015-2018 is when JKUAT was producing these laptops, the Taifa laptops. They had a production system here. I wonder what that production system has metamorphosized into. Half of this country, during the time the government brought the ICT in schools, primary schools, half of this country was supplied with the tablets from JKUAT. I will not forget, I went to a place near Isiolo. I think it's called Merti. Merti and Wamba. To go and check that those digital things were, and they were from JKUAT. What have we done from that point? Or when that process collapsed, we also left the issue of producing them. What are we doing with the time? I would really love to know, Professor Kinyua. What happened to that? Did we turn it into a production ICT system that can be producing laptops for all the public universities in Kenya? And the chairman, you asked, I think it is Professor Kenya who asked, is it an issue of policy? You know, our government is very understanding. If you convince, they will say that all laptops in all universities should be coming from a public what? Institution. Did you hear the other day it was pronounced that we should be the ones servicing government vehicles? Did you hear that? TVET should be the ones servicing vehicles. If we have TVETs for automotive engineering, what business does government have taking their vehicles to very funny garages in Grogon? What business? Surely, and there's a university teaching automotive engineering. But where does you find you find a government vehicle on Jogo Road in Nairobi? Yeah? I don't know which one you have near here, but I'm sure you have those garages. What business? What business does JKUAT have to repair, to take their vehicles to be repaired elsewhere when there's a school of automotive engineering here? With professors in automotive engineering, with technicians in automotive engineering, who will have a training space. The trainers are there. And if you are not there, I'm saying, Professor, because we have said you could be theoretical, just invite Toyota Kenya to JKUAT. Tell Toyota Kenya, let us work in partnership. I have equipment. You have the expertise in the hybrid cars, electric cars. Let us work together. In the process, the professor is learning, the trainee is learning, Toyota Kenya is happy. At the end of the day, you tell them, now I think you have built my capacity so well. Can we now go into, if you started at 70-30, can we now go 50-50? Then slowly you tell him, can we now go 70-30? Then you think that I think I'm now able to walk. That is what growth is. 20 years of innovation, you should have grown into something better. As I conclude, I wish to recognize the university management for its clarity of vision, commitment to fostering culture of innovation and partnership. Chairman, you're passionate. You've talked of you are having very few months left. But could those few months fulfill you? Such leadership is indispensable in positioning institutions as anchors of national transformation. As we mark the 20 years of progress, the challenge and opportunities are to elevate ambition. Let us be more ambitious, to move faster. Technology does not wait for us. Collaborate deeper and ensure that the outputs of our institutions are tangible and improve livelihood across Kenya. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, with those many remarks, I wish you a productive conference and impactful deliberations. Thank you. That is the speech from my peers. I have delivered it.
So in appreciation for the speeches, I would like us to take a minute to stand, and then we can give them the 5 factorial clap. Thank you. So let us start. So we rub our hands as we prepare. So we start. Asante. The next session, which is quite brief, I will invite Dr. Kahenya to lead us with the presentation of the Research Excellence Awards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MC. Our chief guest, the Principal Secretary TVET, represented by the Director TVET, Mr. Achara Arina, our Council Chair, Mr. Dr. James Mika, our Vice Chancellor, the Deputy Vice Chancellors present, the principals, the deans, our senators, our partners, researchers, exhibitors, colleagues, distinguished guests, all protocols observed. Good morning. It's still morning, at least by my watch. I wish to very quickly take us through the next very short session. In the next session, we want to demonstrate our collaboration with the industry. And at the same time, we want to award some researchers who, in the year 2024-2025 were able to demonstrate that they stood above the rest of us, and they were able to demonstrate that they deserved the Vice Chancellor's Research Merit Award. This is a performance-based award scheme designed to recognize and honor outstanding researchers in the university. Basically, therefore, they have to be members of staff of this university, and has 6 categories. But today, we'll be rewarding 2 categories. This will be the category of the most notable contribution in the field of study and the most or the best resource mobilization. Immediately after that, we shall have a collaboration or a demonstration of our collaboration with the industry. We shall have a very short presentation from KCB, and then we shall have a launch of a collaboration that has happened between Jomo Kenyatta University and the ISTQB, sorry, let me just put it as such, to demonstrate our collaboration with the industry. So I want to call on the chair of the conference this year to read the citations for the 2 researchers who will be awarded. And immediately after that, we shall invite the GM KCB to be able to take us through his part. Thank you.
Our chief guests, our first researcher is Professor Kenneth Ngure, who is an associate professor of global health and the immediate former Dean School of Public Health, and an affiliate associate professor of the Department of Global Health, University of Washington, and also a member of the PrEP Technical Working Group of the Ministry of Health and many other local and international organizations. He is a recognized global leader in the field of HIV/AIDS and was re-elected in 2022 to represent Africa in the Governing Council of the Geneva-based International AIDS Society, where he also sits in the executive board as the current president-elect. He helped set up the institutional ethical review committees of JKUAT and served as its inaugural chair for 5 years. Professor Ngure has authored and co-authored over 250 reviewed manuscripts, many in high-impact journals, and supervised 46, 13 PhDs and 33 master's postgraduate students to completion, and received the Senior Researcher Award at the Adherence 2023 conference in the US, and in 2024 elected to the prestigious African Academy of Sciences. In the financial year 2024-2025, Professor Ngure was recognized as the institution's most impactful scientist in the AD Scientific Index 2025 in 4 categories: total citations in the last 5 years, overall H index, and 5-year H index. In recognition of Professor Kenneth Ngure work, he is hereby awarded the most notable contribution to the field of study 2024-2025. Professor Ngure is currently out of the country, and his award will be received by Dr. George Makaliwa. The gift will be presented by our chief guest, Mr. Acha Arina. Thank you.
This certificate reads Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Certificate of Achievement. This is to certify that Professor Kenneth Ngure has received the Vice Chancellor's Research Award 2026 for the most notable contribution in the field of study. Signed by DVC Research Production and Extension and the Vice Chancellor JKUAT. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our chief guest. Thank you. Our second award goes to Dr. Charles Cheriot, who comes from the Department of Civil Construction and Environmental Engineering, that is JKUAT, JKUAT. Dr. Charles Cheriot is an esteemed academic, researcher, and lead expert in the field of civil engineering, currently serving within the College of Engineering and Technology at JKUAT with a specialized focus on structural engineering and sustainable construction materials. Dr. Cheriot has dedicated his career to advancing infrastructure resilience and innovative engineering solutions within the East Africa region. He has been instrumental in bridging the gap between theoretical research and industrial application. His work often explores the integration of locally available materials into modern construction frameworks, promoting cost-effective and environmentally conscious building practices. Beyond the classroom, Dr. Cheriot is a registered professional who contributes significantly to national building standards and the supervision of large-scale infrastructure projects. As a mentor and senior faculty member, he continues to play a pivotal role in shaping the next generation of engineers, ensuring that JKUAT remains at the forefront of technological and industrial advancement. His commitment to excellence is reflected in his extensive publication record and his active participation in interdisciplinary research initiatives that support Kenya's Vision 2030 and global sustainable development goals. Leading a team of dedicated members, he helped to bring to JKUAT the highest amount of money in the financial year 2024-2025. In recognition of Dr. Cheriot's contribution in fundraising, he is hereby awarded the Best Resource Mobilization Award 2024-2025. We had the figures, but director grants over 60 million. Over 60 million. Kenya shillings. Yes, yes. Unfortunately, he's also not in the country, and receiving this award on his behalf is Professor Hiram Derito. The award will be presented by the Chair of Council, Dr. Mika Onsando. Dr. Cheriot, Charles Cheriot. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So the certificate I'm holding is the University of Africa, certificate of achievement. This is to certify that Dr. Charles Cheriot has received the Vice Chancellor's Research Award 2026 for Best in Resource Mobilization. And it's duly signed by the DDC Research Production Administration and the Vice Chancellor herself. So, receive this award on behalf of Dr. Cheriot. I'm kindly telling you that we have a lot of respect and regard. Let him now double this money. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Oh.
And now I want to invite Mr. David Gary He's the General Manager, Sovereign and Public Sector, KCB Kenya. Karibu, Mr. Ngari.
Thank you. Point of correction, Ngari is a leopard. And my name is not Ngari. My name is Nyamu. I'm an animal. With all, good afternoon, all of you. When the chair of council came here, and chair, nimekutolea kofia leo, because you spoke from your heart. I was here last year, same conference. And we had that conversation. Most of you who are here remember we talked about bankability. How do we make research bankable? How do we make research move to the next level and make money? Why aren't we seeing products in shelves? That was a conversation we had last year. Now we're on the 20th conference. We're still asking ourselves the same questions. And I've loved and I've been humbled by the passion in which the chair of council has talked today, followed by our chief guest. So today, as we leave this conference, we seriously have to do a deep dive, total deep dive, and ask ourselves those questions. Why? And chair, to start you off. As KCB, we would be willing to have that conversation. Why? I may want you to organize before the 6 months you have mentioned, very, very urgently. Organize a lean team. We have a meeting with the group CEO of KCB, the managing director of KCB Kenya, our head of foundation. Let's sit down and crack it. Why are we still showcasing? Why are we still showcasing in every exhibition our mushrooms? I've seen some very nice tomato sauce there. I know there are nondos being made from this university. Let's sit down, lock ourselves in a room, and decide what needs to be done to go to the next phase. I would be willing to bring my seniors, the group CEO, the MD, our head of foundation, and you bring your team. Sit down in the boardroom, we get where the problem is. Because, as has been said, we have very good breeds. And this is also a conversation I had with Kemri, I think a month ago. Another entity within our country, brilliant professors, doing a lot of research on the medical field. Other conferences coming in. Cambridge, I think, is now the 16th conference. But still nothing in the shelf. And I'm sorry, as a Kenyan, there are people who are medics in this country. Some may have gone through the universities. Some may have been Juakali. And we are having now challenges coming in where herbal medicine is moving faster than conventional medicine. We have cases. Nakuta kuna kamkamba, herbal guy in Ukambani who is treating high blood pressure. These things are there. And many Kenyans are now moving and believing in herbal medicine. But where is research? Why can't we look into this method that is coming up and we do more research, could it be a solution for us to cure cancer? Because we are hearing testimonies. I'm a victim, I will not lie. Through a friend, me, I was 106 kg. A friend of mine told me, be taking herbal tea. Now I'm at 94. Why can't we do more research to understand what is happening in the herbs that we have in our own country? Now, as we dilly-dally, this is what is happening. This is yesterday. You're aware there is the International Investment Conference going on in Nairobi right now. It started yesterday. It was opened by the president. It will be running up to tomorrow. As that yesterday, deals of 2.9 billion US dollars were locked that will create over 63,000 jobs. Woe unto us that majority of these deals are companies coming from out of Kenya. Very few Kenyan companies are here. I will give you examples. In agriculture, there will be something happening big in Tana River. It will be an Indian company running with it. And it's going to employ 19,750 Kenyans. The only Kenyan companies that are investing in agriculture in a big way is Sukari Industries and Tana River Sugar Company. We also have Blue Skies Holdings from the UK coming to our country to invest in agriculture. Oh, manufacturing. The only Kenyan company I'm seeing here that is going to invest in manufacturing is Defki Group, Mali Glass, Lina Plast Group, and Elgon Kenya. All the rest are foreign countries and foreign companies coming to invest in our own country, and we are here saying we have brains. I'll give you examples. Full Kia EPZ, China. Lucky DJX from China. MMP Industries from Uganda going to invest in Bungoma. Syntex Limited from Singapore. Even Singapore is coming to us and we are saying we want to be Singapore. They're coming here. Is it a problem with us? When we have all these brains, we need to have that conversation in a very, very big way. Healthcare. No Kenyan company is listed. Balmea Healthcare India coming. Bounty Global Management from UAE coming. RVL Healthcare Limited, again from India, coming to our country. Well, we have trained so many medics in our universities, all our public universities, all our colleges, KMTC and the rest, but we still can't come up with something. People have to come. We are still doing a lot of medical tourism. Every time going to India, doing Harambes, going to India. What's not happening? We need to have that conversation in a very, very serious way. This was just a by the way. So for KCB, I think enough is enough. Yeah. Let's take the challenge. Let's have that meeting very, very fast. Let's discuss the mushrooms. What's happening? Let's discuss the tomato sauce. Let's discuss the noodles. I was shocked. The other day I was in a meeting with Kenya Leather Council on leather industry. I mean, this country, the hides and skins we have, and especially in the semi-arid and arid regions, including ourselves here who don't come from those regions. We slaughter our goats in our homes. What do we do with the skin? Throw it away. We export our camels, our beef, life. Another country goes and benefits with those skins and hides. But as a country, we can only produce 11 million shoes. And the demand for shoes in this country is 44 million. Simply because we gave out all our hides and skins elsewhere. And the ones that we have, we don't even know how to maintain. We have a problem that we need to address. That's why we are saying these conversations have to happen. I'll give you an example of proven results. Things are changing. There's hope. Things are changing. One of the organizations that has now gone, has become very commercial, created a commercial wing, is the National Youth Service. The National Youth Service has now gone commercial. And what Chair of Council was saying, number one, proven results. Is the mushroom product working? Is that tomato product good? Have we proven that the nondos that you are making are good? That is number one. So NYS has proven they are capable of undertaking jobs, plant machinery, and everything. So come the second level, demand. And that our chair took us through that, demand. So the government of Kenya is doing the regeneration of Nairobi River, a 50 billion project, where it's starting from Dandora dam site, tunnels will be built to clean Nairobi River, given to a Chinese company. But the Chinese company was told on condition that in terms of machinery expertise, use local content. And the local content that was available was NYS, because they're experts. What is the issue, NYS? We don't have the machinery, but the demand is there. So KCB has come in, and we've put in 2.5 billion for them to import machinery to finish that job. That triangle. The product is good, the demand is there. And then we have done all those analyses, the production cost and everything, and we see they are going to make a lot of profit from that. And by the time the project is ending, NYS will still be left with very heavy machinery to be doing other jobs within the country. That's the thinking that you should do. I'll give you a second example of a group of young men, graduates from this university, here in Tatu City. They call themselves E&M Technology House. Very young men who have come together, 2 or 3 men, as a startup. Started as a startup, but brilliant ideas, presented the ideas, and they were taken to the next level by a financial institution. Now today, these young men have employed over 250 people at Tatu City. What are they doing? They are creating core banking systems for various banks. They have a product on animal identification through muscle technology using AI. And they have been contracted by the government of Kenya to do it. They are building metering systems for solar. To produce solar, now you can meter it to home states. Very young men. And they are also in the payment platform for tea. Hapa Tatu City, it's important. Take your students there, let them go see what other young people are doing. And banks, commercial banks, are going there to support them and to consume the products, especially the first product on core banking system. Anything we want, HR system, ICT system, procurement system, young men are doing it. So let's move to the next level. So I want to stop there. That as KCB, we want to be at the forefront to combine all our resources, KCB Bank and KCB Foundation, to have that conversation. That we're not coming here for 21st conference without at least one product in our shelves and making money. It does not, whether we shall bring, because we have customers. I'm not supposed to disclose my customers, but we shall bring customers who have supermarkets in that conversation. Naivash, why can't you take this product? QuickMart, why can't you take this product? If it's a medical product, we can talk to the various big distribution networks of pharmacists and chemists. Why can't you put this product and we see scalability? If it's about the production cost, machinery, that's where we come in as a bank. So let's have that conversation to see how best to go about it. Lastly, it would be very unfair to me not to support what our chief guest has said. Yes, it is indeed true. We are very strong in solarization. We've signed with the government of Kenya to solarize the public secondary schools, over 3,000 of them. We are also now going to move into the TVETs. And it's about understanding how things work. Public secondary schools are spending every year 12 billion Kenya shillings on firewood. On firewood. That means cutting our trees, deforestation. It becomes a health hazard even to the cooks who are within those kitchens. It denies us a lot of carbon credits and many others because of cutting off trees. So KCB is coming in to install solar panels in all the roofs of those public secondary schools, store it as electric energy, and then powers it to the kitchen. 100% elimination of firewood. And then hybrid system for lighting, where they use solar during the day and then Kenya Power during the night, making a saving of 60% on power and 100% on firewood. That's the way to go, understanding how things work. So the same is being done with our TVETs, and we've also partnered with the various members of parliament. Where we want members of parliament, especially those who want to work with KCB, to put in a fund where KCB Foundation matches. They put in 2.5 million, KCB will put in a matching fund of 2.5 per constituency in this country to educate children in TVETs. When they graduate from TVETs, plumbing, masonry, hairdressing, electrical, these are the same youth who shall be given jobs after establishing themselves as cooperatives. They will be getting jobs in affordable housing, or also in the same constituencies to build schools, etc. So those are the kind of things we are doing. And would want now to challenge the universities. We'll assist you. Do a serious energy audit, as you've been told. We'll give you the experts. Sit down, do a serious energy audit, and then come to KCB. We have that conversation on how we can solarize the universities. With those few words, I want to stop there. I wish you a good conference. We shall always be here to work with you. But as I finish, let's not forget, we have to do a deep dive. and ask the difficult questions. Why haven't we made money? Thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. Nyamo. I believe JKUAT has heard, and we shall be getting back to you on your call. So I wish at this juncture to recognize Engineer Simon K. Korir, Director of Water from the Ministry of Water. Karibu sana. Thank you for coming. And then next I call Dr. Agnes Mindila.
Our chief guest, Principal Secretary for the State Department for Technical Vocational Education and Training, TVET, Dr. Esther Moria, here represented by the Director TVET, Arena, Chairman of Council, Dr. Onsando, Vice Chancellor, Professor Wambui Ngumi, represented by Professor Robert Kinywa, DVC, RPE, Professor Kwanza, our sponsors, fellow researchers, innovators, exhibitors, presenters, and students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Dr. Agnes Mindila, the Director, School of Computing and Information Technology, JKUAT. Today we are very glad as a school to be launching our partnership with International Software Testing and Quality Board, represented by Professor Salome, who will be speaking to us. And this is a very great partnership because in it we look forward to offer training and certification of software testers and quality assurers so that we can make our contribution to world-class certified software testers that will not only help us leapfrog our software products into the international market, but also contribute human resource in the software development industry. So knowing that we are in the era of artificial intelligence, we want to equip our staff and our students in software testing and also using AI for software testing, and which is something that ISTQB brings on the table, that as a school we will be able to train, as a school we will be able to build capacity in that area. And therefore, I want to take this opportunity to welcome Professor Salome Bukachi from ISTQB to speak to us. Welcome, Prof.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief guest, Chair of Council, DVCs, distinguished guests, industry partners, students, and members of the testing community. It is a great honor to stand before you today as we mark a significant milestone, the launch of a strategic partnership between the International Software Testing Qualification Board, ISTQB, and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. This partnership is more than a formal agreement. It's a forward-looking commitment to shaping the future of technology talent in Kenya and across Africa. I know the chief guest challenged the university about the kind of technology that they have here and asking whether they are up to date with the technology. I would like to commend JKUAT for already going a step ahead in technology, especially in the software testing, because JKUAT is the first university in Kenya to take up this software testing. And so And so we congratulate them for that. So there are steps already being made, and we are happy about that. So there's a need for stronger academia and industry collaboration. Across Africa, we are witnessing rapid digital transformation, from fintech to government, from health systems to AI-driven solutions. The continent is innovating at an unprecedented pace. However, one persistent challenge remains: bridging the gap between academic preparation and industry expectations. Universities continue to produce bright, capable graduates. Industry demands practical, job-ready professionals. The question is, how do we align these two worlds more effectively? And the answer lies in collaboration. Through this partnership, we are building a structured bridge, one that connects theory with practice, learning with certification, and education with employability. ISTQB is globally recognized for setting the benchmark in software testing, standards, and certification. With a presence in over 130 countries, ISTQB has certified hundreds of thousands of professionals, creating a common language of quality assurance worldwide. The former speaker from KCB, David Nyamu, talked about the triangle. And one of the things that even as we look at that triangle, we need to look at quality. We need to look at standards to ensure that the products that are being produced are able to compete globally out there. So by embedding ISTQB frameworks into academic programs at JKUAT, we are ensuring that students graduate not only with degrees, but with globally relevant competencies. And this is a powerful shift. It means that a graduate from Kenya can confidently compete and collaborate on a global stage. So how do we leverage ISTQB certification to scale innovation across Africa? We know that innovation does not scale without quality. As African startups and enterprises grow, the need for robust, reliable, and secure systems become critical. Poor quality software can undermine trust, slow adoption, and limit growth. And this is where ISTQB standards play a transformative role. By promoting structured testing practices, quality engineering principles, and risk-based thinking, ISTQB certifications help organizations to do the following: to deliver reliable and scalable digital products, reduce costly defects and system failures, build trust with users and stakeholders, and accelerate time to market without compromising quality. For Africa, this is not just a technical advantage, it's an economic imperative. If we are to compete globally, our innovations must not only be bold, they must be dependable. So in terms of empowering university graduates for career progression, the students here today, this partnership is for you. The transition from university to the professional world can be uncertain. Many graduates struggle with the questions: how do I stand out? How do I prove my capability? ISTQB certification provides a clear answer. It offers 4 key things. It offers international recognition of your skills. It offers structured career pathways in software quality and testing. It offers enhanced employability in both local and global markets. And fourth, it offers a foundation for lifelong professional growth. Through this partnership, students at JKUAT will gain early exposure to these certifications, giving them a competitive edge before they even enter the job market. This is how we move from education to empowerment. And this initiative is not just about individual success, it's about ecosystem development. By aligning academia, certification bodies, and industry needs, we are creating a sustainable pipeline of skilled professionals who can support Africa's growing digital economy, drive innovation in startups and enterprises, contribute to global technology projects, and mentor the next generation of talent. And this is how nations build capacity. This is how regions transform. And so to our academic partners, the call to action is that we continue to innovate in how we do delivery of education. To industry leaders, the call to action is to engage, mentor, and invest in young talent. And to the students, embrace this opportunity, pursue excellence, and commit to quality. And to all of us, let us recognize that collaboration is no longer optional, it is essential. And so today, as we launch this partnership between ISTQB and Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, we are not just signing an agreement. We are shaping the future of software quality in Africa. We are enabling innovation that can scale. We are empowering graduates to thrive. And most importantly, we are building a legacy of excellence. And with those few remarks, I would like to say thank you and to congratulate JKUAT.
Thank you very much, Professor Salome Bukachi. In continuation, ISTQB stands for International Software Testing Qualification Board. It's a global association of professionals in software testing, and it also includes students. Congratulations to Jomo Kenyatta University for being the first university in sub-Saharan Africa, not only Kenya, sub-Saharan Africa, north of South Africa and Mauritius, the very first one to take up this program that has been revamped by ISTQB. So to the Chair of the Council, University, Jomo Kenyatta, University of Agriculture and Technology, to our Chief Guest, Director, Arina, to the Vice Chancellor, Representative, to the Deputy Vice Chancellor, all the faculty and staff, students, distinguished guests, and media personnel, we are glad to be here today to mark the launch of this partnership. On behalf of our Global President, Dr. Claudia Dessa-Ziga, currently in Germany, and will be making an online presentation tomorrow at noon, day 2 of this conference. On behalf of Nishan Potoyan, who is the chair of the Academia Working Group and currently in Switzerland, on behalf of Lovlesh Bihari, who is the Marketing Working Group chair of the ISTQB Global, and with the permission of Lilian Anyango, who is the current chairperson of ISTQB Kenya, and Millicent Olulo Orera, who is the Academia Partnership Director of ISTQB Kenya, it is my pleasure to represent ISTQB Kenya today in this great initiative of launching the collaboration between ISTQB and Jomo Kenyatta University. It is a milestone, it's historic, and it's exciting. A big thank you to all the Jomo Kenyatta University staff and students who for the last few months have laboriously worked together with us in meetings, discussions, to be able to fine-tune the agreement. And thank you to the Vice Chancellor for having graciously agreed and signed the collaboration partnership recently. So Dr. Isaac Koteyo, Dr. Francis Thiongo, Dr. Isaac Mindila, Dr. Peter Kahenya, Dr. Esther Mukoya Gwanda, Dr. Petronila Murithi, Dr. Rebecca Ann Maina, if any of them are present, maybe just by a show of hands, just stand so that the rest can see. Stand where you are. Thank you. A big hand clap for them. These are the people behind this partnership, and thank you for the efforts you've put. So thank you to the student representative, Samira Adan. Thank you to who's the interim chair of the student committee. And thank you to Elias Oscar, LC Oscar, who's the interim secretary, the student club members of ISTQB, interim officials. If you're here, just stand so that we can see you. LC, Samira, they might be manning for us the exhibition booth outside. They should be around. So JKUAT has now been designated as a partner center of ISTQB. With the full support of the executive committee in Brussels, it is now my distinguished honor and privilege to present a certificate of designation of Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology as a designated ISTQB partner center, and as we launch this collaboration between Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology and ISTQB. So I will now make the presentation for the certificate to the university. So with Dr. Esther Petronilla, we will then present this certificate to the university. I'll call Professor Salome Bukachi to be with me on stage, as well as Lillian Anyango, the chair of the Kenya board. Thank you to all. That marks the end of our presentation.
So thank you for your patience. The next session will be very, very short. We want to commemorate this by having a cake cutting session. Yes, the KCB told us that we should watch our weight, but having a cake once in 20 years is not bad. So the cake that is coming commemorates our 20 years. Just to celebrate, to reflect, and to hear the words of wisdom that we've been given about the way forward. Well, it's once in 20 years, so it is not too bad. So to lead us in this, Dr. Zulwa, please.
Our chief guest, PS, State Department of the TVET, represented by the Director, TVET, Mr. Arena, our Chair of Council, Vice Chancellor, represented by the DVC Academic, the DVC Research, Production and Extension, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time that we bring the soft part. I'm sure you've heard a lot about the challenges, innovation, technology, science, and so on and so forth. We want to take this time to do the cutting of the cake. I'm sure we've been seated for long. Our sugars are low. So this will not add weight. It is a healthy break. So the cake is beautiful. As you can see, it has our corporate colors, blue, red, green, and there's the white. And I have had time to taste. It's very sweet. Symbolizing the great work, collaboration that has gone into the baking of the cake, we want to acknowledge that 20 years has been a long time. We have worked together, walked a journey of teamwork, we have evolved, we have collaborated, and I want to also confirm that cake baking is a work of innovation. So the work goes on. 20 years is not young. We are no longer teenagers. The scientific conference has come a long way. And I'm sure we've had great challenges, wisdom. We will take that up. And moving on, as a university of excellence, as leaders, as a university of choice in our area and globally, we will take the challenge. We'll keep growing bigger, better, and to the scientific conference, I want to say eternity is what we are looking for, and excellence is what we are working. So, I know we've been standing for long, so may I request us with humility to stand, stretch, because something beautiful is coming to your mouth, down to your legs. Look at your neighbor and give them a virtual I-10. Virtual I-10, raise both your hands, virtual, because I'm not sure we have wipes and the cake is coming. Virtual, give them a warm Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology smile. You're not looking at each other. Are we shy? Are we shy? No. Okay. So that is for 20 years. 20 years of great work. 20 years of great achievement, a great milestone. I would like to indulge your imagination now. Think about that nice glass. Nice glass. Have you thought about it? A nice glass. Okay? And in your mind, lift it up. Lift it up, the glass. We want to toast. We want to toast. Okay? I said imagination. There's something beautiful. If you take coffee, of course we don't toast with coffee. Yes, tea or whichever, or water. Okay? And say, I would like to toast. Here is to a great forever. Long live Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology. Long live our scientific conference. Cheers, cheers. Allow me now to ask the eye table to come around the cake. I am glad that men today are doing the cut caking. But I am an advocate of inclusion, and I would like to ask some ladies, Dr. The chair, please come. The chair of the committee, Dr. Agnes, please come so that we do the cake. Okay. Dr. Bukachi is here. Yes, thank you. Anyone from KCB? Anyone from KCB? Anyone? Please come, please come. We want to do this quickly. So how many ladies do we have so that we are 50-50? So our chief guest, okay, chair of council, okay. Is it Miss Fancy? Fancy? Okay, please come. Thank you. I got to hear, and I know that we have our founding visionary for the scientific conference, our former Vice Chancellor. Is he here? Still here? Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, you know, this is an academic institution, and you have to cut the cake with an academic angle. So you start from the top all the way to the bottom meticulously, because we are the home of excellence. My DJ, are you here? Are you here? Okay. So we will... So, the three of you will hold the knife and start from the top all the way to... You are very far. You are very far. Don't bring the cake down. We still need to continue doing and transacting business. Can we continuously clap? Continuously clap. Congratulations. 20 years, 20 years, 20 years. We thank God. Congratulations. Okay. You can go do it and, you know, give it another go so that you have a slice that can be tasted. Okay. Again. You're standing very far. Okay. Please be clapping. Clap, clap, clap. Okay. You know, when you cut cake, you have to get a piece to taste the goodness. So the chair will assist us. I think the host can go first so that you don't give us poison. Host. The host who is representing the Vice Chancellor. Small pieces, we don't want to gain weight. We still want to be healthy. Professor Robert Kinyo, you can taste. Usually when we cook, we taste first. Prof. Okay, tell us if it is okay, if it is sweet. Okay, he's given us a thumbs up. Clap for him. I think you can share with the guests. Prof. Yes. Give us a thumbs up if you feel that the cake is nice. I am waiting for you to give a thumbs up if the cake is sweet. Yes, yes, welcome to the cake. Very nice, thank you. The chief guest has given us a thumbs up. Kindly clap for him. Karibu sana. Thank you, thank you. I may now ask you to sit. Kindly take your seats. Ushers, please come. Ushers. Ushers. Don't go, the cake will come to where you are. Kindly be seated, the cake will come to where you are.